Hey guys, and welcome. My name is NG Paradox, and Imperator Rome, by the time this video pops out, should have been released for you guys to purchase yourself. I hope if you have, I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I have. But I just want to send out a big thank you to all of you guys who have been supporting the current series in Imperator Rome with Judea. I've been absolutely astonished by the numbers for that series because, you know, I'm still trying to learn the game, and I think some people forget that, you know, because on YouTube there's a lot of people who play games, especially Paradox games, and a lot of them, you know, it's like a full-time thing. They play games all the time, they put out videos all the time, and for me, you know, it's just a hobby. I don't have the time to make this a full-time job. I wouldn't be able to live off the money off YouTube, so I would be in a little bit of trouble if I did. If I was one of the people who did that. And so I think people forget and they expect someone to be a professional and the best at the game ever, when for me, I just play for fun, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride with me. And it seems as though people really have been with Judea, so I just want to send a big thank you to you guys. If you're new to the channel, we've had quite a lot of new people actually on the channel recently. Welcome aboard. If you haven't checked out my old series, go check them out. I did have to take a hiatus recently for a couple of months, so it was really awesome to come back to YouTube actually, after like a couple of months where I just couldn't record due to my, you know, life commitments and responsibilities. And I couldn't do anything. That kind of was a big downer for me the last couple of months. And then I returned, and the kind of appreciation shown to me in the comment section for the last week from Imperator Rome has been really astonishing for me. Just to send a big thanks out to you guys. You know, every comment you make really does matter. Every view you make does matter, and it's been really nice to be able to come back and actually still find the channel's not dead or something. That's something I think a lot of people worry when they leave YouTube, but I think that I've got a good community, a strong community. People always say, you know, YouTube comments, you know, make them, you know, kind of lose faith in humanity, but for me, I think we have a good community on this channel, and actually when I read the comments, I usually gain a bit of faith in humanity, at least on my channel. At least on my channel, let's just say. But yes, so to celebrate Imperator Rome and the fact people seem to really be enjoying the game, I want to start another series. Now, we will keep playing Judea, of course, do not worry about that. But obviously, we've learnt a lot just by playing that one series. And thank you to those of you who actually have been putting out, you know, kind of critical comments, you know, not just going, oh, you're shit, but actually making some points. I do appreciate that. Sometimes there is a reason why I did do stuff, so I have responded to some people if I could, you know, just saying, actually, I saw it this way, I was trying to do this. There are sometimes reasons why I do stuff that maybe you think is wrong, but for many of you, thank you for your comments. I do appreciate those types of comments, actually. They're very constructive, and those are sort of comments I like to see. You know, that's what I was saying. That's why I think our community actually is a good community. But I want to start another series maybe alongside our Judea series or after Judea. Tell me in the comment section below, would you like to see a series next to Judea, one where we've kind of learned more about the mechanics and we could probably have a better run this time from the beginning, even though Judea is going very well, actually. It's weird, people say that you're bad and you're trying to learn, but you can still win the game. It's not really a big deal to me. I never get that type of attitude, but that's just me. I'm weird, I guess. But yes. So I thought we would do one alongside it, or maybe after. Tell me in the comment section below what you prefer. And so I used a random number generator to kind of choose 8 nations, which I'm going to let you guys vote upon for the next campaign in celebration for the release. I would have done this originally, but because we couldn't put out videos before the embargo lifted, obviously I couldn't put out this video and then wait for you guys to vote and then choose a nation, and then I could record. I had to record straight away with the little time that I have available when I could. Currently the Judea series, I know some of you have made points, but remember, a lot of it has been recorded already. So if you have made points, I haven't been able to take on those comments because I have to record when I can. So I had to record a lot at the same time. But these are the 8 nations you guys will have to choose from for our next campaign. Number 1 is Skordiskia. Now, Skordiskia is a nation right here at this point in time. They're just sat here. They're a settled tribe. Religion is Druidic, and culture is Celto-Pannonian. At the moment, their ruler is a 3178, so not too bad for zeal there. And we have a population of 80. Cities are 14. It's not too small, but it's not that big either. There are a few big players around, you know, Macedon, you got Epirus there, Gaetia, Thrace as well. There's quite a few big people around, but we definitely would have room for maneuverability around here. So it could be an interesting nation. Number 2 will be Dania. So up here in the cold, cold north, kind of in the Sweden area, I guess. But the name kind of suggests to me kind of Danish. I don't know. Are the Dania people the people before the Danish? I don't know. Or maybe just a similar sounding name. Most likely, it's a migratory tribe. It's a Tuistic religion, and culture is a Gothonic. For him, he's actually pretty good at finesse. So he's best at finesse, not very good at charisma. Much smaller population and smaller number of cities, but again, a lot of the nations around here are kind of similar size. So it's probably very competitive around there. You got to choose your allies wisely, make some good diplomacy. If you do that well, I think you could do a pretty good job up there, actually. Number 3 then is going to be probably one of the bigger names of this random selection, and that is Epirus. Out of all the nations I did that were random, this is probably the biggest name. Epirus is an aristocratic monarchy, religion is Hellenic, and the culture is Epirote. Their leader is pretty good at finesse and not bad at martial. Not terrible, I guess, for Fazil's not terrible, but look at that population. 114, but only 8 cities. So, sounds like it's a smaller place, but there's a lot of people in that small area. We're going to have to try and compete, of course, with maybe Macedon, and up north we've got Talantia, and down south a lot of Greek states. But could be kind of fun to play in the Greece area. I think it's quite fun when there's a lot of small nations around here, so it looks kind of interesting. I would have liked actually to have played as probably one of these smaller states. That sounds like it could be quite a lot of fun, but Epirus I think could be a fun one as well. Choice number 4 is Styria. Now, Styria is this nation right here. Another one, we're kind of getting similar places in my random number generator, but Styria is kind of in the mainland of Europe, not up there in Scandinavia. Migratory tribe, Tuistic and Vandal culture. So a different culture there. Not great really anything there. Not massive number of pops and not a massive number of cities. Again, very similar situation to Dania. A lot of similar sized nations there where probably diplomacy is going to play a big role there. Next up is probably the other big name that I think of is Pontus. Next we have Pontus. In a very difficult situation it looks like. Pontus is a settled tribe, Zoroastrian religion, and a culture of Cappadocian. They have a lot of pops, 274, 29 cities. So even though it's not a massive area, that's a lot of people. Okay, but then again, our neighbors have even more people. Yeah, there's some very small places just up there. But yeah, Pontus could be an interesting one. It might be a bit difficult. You know, you've got Armenia there, Cappadocia, but they're actually a vassal to Phrygia. Phrygia will obviously be a problem as well. You've got these guys, Paphlagonia. It doesn't look like it could be easy. Also, you've got the Seleucid Empire. There's a lot of problems in this area, but it could be a nice little challenge with a known name, shall we say. Next up is Kalinga. And if I remember correctly, it's this one. Yeah, Kalinga is our nation over here in India, so if you want to see something a bit different, maybe. I don't know how many people are playing in India. If you'd like to see something in India, we could play as Kalinga. They are on the border with Maurya, so that could be a massive problem. They have a massive amount of population, a few cities as well. I mean, it's India. Look at the 6,000 pops. So I said this was a lot. That is a massive amount. So we could start over here. They're an autocratic monarchy. Religion is Hindu. Culture is Kalingan. The leader is a 7 for martial arts is best. He's not that great a leader though. So it could be an interesting one, I think. Something maybe a bit different from the other choices. Next one is Austania. Now, Austania is over here in Iberia. Right up here. So Austania, I kind of like the position it's in. You could either go into Iberia, or you could head north into Gaul, or you could even go into the Mediterranean Sea. So quite a few different choices you could take with this nation. Settled tribe, Iberic, Austanian. Very good charisma right there for their leader, so you're definitely going to do quite nicely for charisma there. Could be a little fun one. There's a lot of small nations to gobble up down south or up north, so maybe shouldn't be too difficult as long as we play the diplomacy game correctly. Not lots of population and not a lot of cities, though. Next up is the last one, Veneto. Right here. As you probably could have guessed from the name, it sounds like Venice. Veneto is where maybe we'd think Venice would normally be. They're a settled tribe. Religion is Hellenic. Venetic. Their leader is not really that great. Number of pops is 155, and number of cities is 11. Could be an interesting one. You could either go over here into the east, march north as well, or even go into Italy and compete with Rome and whatnot itself. So, could be difficult. You know, if the Rome AI does a good job, we could have a few problems, but maybe that would make it a funner challenge as well. So, I will put a link down below for you guys to vote. Go click on that in the description, okay? And tell me which of those nations you like the sound most of. Of course, I'm not sure when we'll begin this campaign. It could be after we finish the Judea campaign. If we do have to do that, it might take a while. Unless, of course, it all completely collapses, which you never know. If Phrygia or Egypt finally decide to kind of cast their eyes towards us, that could definitely happen. Or we may start it alongside it. I think that's the most likely thing, because people do seem to be enjoying the Imperator Rome stuff. Again, just want to send a big thank you to any of you guys who have been enjoying the series at the moment. It's been nice to come back and get a warm reception after a while going away. It really kind of gives you that mentality to make more videos and drive to make more content, as you can see, because I want to do another new series as well in Imperator Rome. And I've been enjoying the game myself, you know. I've been enjoying the game myself. Many areas that can be evolved and expanded upon, but a lot of the basics there sound like they could be really good and interesting in the future, definitely. But for now, I'll see you guys around. See you soon. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good tomorrow, and of course have a good now. Yeah, see you soon.